Hello, sweet souls. This is DTO in the flow. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Open mouth exhale. So today on my 5Q interview show, I get to interview Justin Stearman. He is a local Orange County entrepreneur who creates wellness events, festivals, and retreats to connect the mindful community online and in person. And as you can see by the scrolling ticker below, he is the founder, entrepreneur of OC Yoga Fest that's happening Saturday and Sunday, and Yoga Guide Media. And many people that are watching this, because we are currently live streaming on the San Diego Yoga Teachers Group, on my personal page, Justin's page, as well as Buddha Music Group, YouTube, Twitter, and maybe you've had encounter with the magazine, Yoga Guide magazine, and Justin is the heart and the brains and the passion behind that. So without further ado, let's bring on Justin to the show. How you doing, brother?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you?
Wonderful. Great to have you here. And before we kick it off, I just want to make sure that everyone knows we are live streaming on a variety of platforms right now. And since we are live, we encourage you to comment, ask a question, and the most powerful thing you can do that we'd fully appreciate if you share this video out there, because I feel like there's going to be a lot of wisdom, a lot of inspiration that's going to come about from our conversation we're going to have today. And if anything, just for fun, if you want to comment with your favorite emoji, we always like that. Maybe a flower emoji, just like the wall behind Justin. That'd be cool. Anything that's going on in your world right now. So before I kick it off, though, I want to give a huge shout out to a friend of ours, John Allen, and he is the person that connected us both. And I know he'll be watching this at some point, so we got to make sure that those individuals that connect us in our lives are honored and appreciated.
Flower emoji, it's like the wall behind Justin. That'd be cool.
One of the things that he told me that was really awesome was he's like, wow, I'm having conversations with Justin. I'm having these conversations with you, DTO, and you guys are like speaking about the same world. He's like, you guys got to connect. And I know it took us a few weeks, a few months, or however long it was, maybe years. I know you've known him for a long, long time. And I met, wow, I don't know, 5-6 years ago I met John. So it's really cool that we got to connect. And I know before COVID-19, you were in Bali or traveling to Bali. I've played at the Bali Spirit Fest. We did a San Diego Yoga Festival once, and at our booth for Buddha Music Group, we passed out your magazines, and then we grabbed some of your magazines for Buddha Music Group. And as you know, our intention is raising the vibrations of the planet through art and music. We were passing those out at other locations as well. And so it's great to know like you and I are connected. There's a phenomenal opportunity coming up for anyone out there that here's what's interesting about the online festival world now. You don't have to travel in your car at this time in the world. You can simply go online and enjoy the high vibe. That's going to be happening. It's going to be going down this weekend, and I'll put this on the screen right away so everyone can see it. It's the OC Yoga Festival. It's a digital version, May 30th and 31st, and you can see that it's a variety of 1-hour yoga classes. Some of the top yoga instructors in the Orange County and globally as well. And this is taking place very soon. And here's some scheduling that you can see. And I want to put this on the screen right away in case someone's really excited about this and they didn't know about it, so they can ensure that they join us. All right, so this is a 5Q interview show. So I want to make sure that we can kick it off with question number 1, Justin. So what is your journey with wellness?
My personal journey with wellness is, it started in the health and wellness business, doing consulting for some clients and going to expos and just seeing everything that's going on with, how important is what we're putting in our body and moving our body and working out. And that's when I got into, I've been producing events and magazines for 15 years, got into health and wellness. And I said, I want to go travel. So I started going to Thailand and Bali and, all over the world. And I would make sure, have fun, but drop in and take a yoga class, a meditation class, do a teacher training, learn about different fruits and food and Ayurvedic. So all these things, my personal journey with wellness is traveling the world and just learning as much as I can. And that's kind of how I came up with our companies and spreading this information of health and wellness. It's a huge part of everyday life, and it's good to have it a good balance, with it. So I made it part of my lifestyle, and I love sharing it with others.
Fantastic. Yeah, and that's really what I feel for me personally, especially during these times where there's so much stress, anxiety, fear going on the planet. I really recognize that what you're creating in the world really matters. So let's get into question number 2. So what inspired you once you already received the goodness of the wellness? And as you said, like you've got into yoga and breath work. At what moment in your life, was there an aha moment? Was it gradual that you said like, oh, I'm going to create wellness events?
Yeah, it was 3.5 years ago. I said, I should start a magazine for health and wellness about yoga, different studios, meditation, festivals, retreats, products. I mean, it's health and wellness, and even yoga, with 8 limbs is very vast. So my mom's a yoga instructor, and I started taking classes with her, and that inspired me to get into wellness and produce the magazine. And it was actually, it's rare coincidence. I'm actually at the Shorebreak Hotel right now in downtown Huntington Beach, and this is where we did, our first ever Yoga Guide magazine release party, and we had like over 200 people came, and vendors and DJ, and it went great. And all people wanted to know was, when are you doing another event? And I was like, no, that's just the launch party for the magazine. I don't do yoga events. I don't even know what that is. So it kind of came across as, you should do, well, if you have another yoga event, let me know. Love to be involved. People that attended, vendors, sponsors. So when I moved to Bali for a year, that's where I really dove into yoga. Went to the Bali Spirit Fest, went to different festivals and retreats. And that's where I really found, wow, there's a whole community around wellness and yoga. And it doesn't have to be boring. Like, it could be fun, talks and workshops and vendors and music and dancing and just connecting with like-minded people, that vibe, that energy that's around. So all of that inspired me to create wellness events. My background is producing events for 15 years in a different, industry, if you will, which was nightlife. And I tell people I shifted from nightlife to light life, because instead of, having a Jack and Coke or whatnot, now we have a kombucha. Now we wake up early and we do meditation and yoga and just bringing things together. So yeah, what inspired me to create the wellness events was just seeing it around the world and saying, you know what, we could use some of this in Orange County. I don't see any large scale events going on. I think it'd be really cool.
That's fantastic. Yeah, and I was at your launch party, by the way. That was fantastic. And really amazing energy. So many great people. And actually, you know how it is, like when we are in these events, whether it's a live event or as what you're doing this weekend, a live streaming event, you get to connect with people's energy and really recognize like, hey, I'm not this odd person that really wants to have this, as we talk about, and Himalaya does a lot of work around, the internet, like the inward, the netting, the webbing, the growth, the heart connections that we have, the pathways within, and then we get to be on the internet. And so it's like the work that we do within really can create, as I got to pop this up, a limitless experience. And I can sharing you with everyone, this is the Yoga Guide website, and you have a podcast called Limitless. And here's a quick overview of what you're doing with your magazine. So yeah, it's really powerful. And I feel like when you get to travel like you have, and I also, Himalaya and I did amazing few classes at the Bali Spirit Fest, and there's this global connectivity that happens when these events take place. And I know that Megan, who puts on that event, and for you to bring the wellness events to OC, and now it's like you get to be a global event planner and visionary. I think it's really powerful more than ever. So question 3 is, what makes your events unique?
Yeah, that's a good question. The previous events we've done are in Newport Beach and Huntington Beach with the OC Yoga Festival. And I think what makes it really unique, we always have a really great wide variety of vendors that are giving out free stuff and are also interacting with the yogis. So if you didn't know about, let's say, crystals or, sound bowls or whatever it may be, you can come to the festival and there's all kinds of great vendors. We usually have, 70, 80 vendors at a festival. and a lot of great sponsors giving out free stuff. But I think the other unique thing about the festival is, let's say you've never done yoga, like myself 5 years ago, never done yoga. You can come to the OC Yoga Festival, take a yoga class and not feel uncomfortable or out of place because you don't know how to do yoga asana, that is, whereas going to a studio might be a little intimidating at first. So it's really unique because we're outside, I'm staring at the ocean right now in Huntington. We're outside. Nice. It's a fun environment. It's at the beach. Usually festivals in SoCal are at a lake or out at Joshua Tree. They're far. We're the only one I know of that's at the beach, and it really sets that vibe with the negative ions, the energy, having your feet in the sand, getting on Mother Earth. And then, everyone can have a good time. It's for all ages. We just started introducing wine into our festival, so you can have, a glass of wine if you want. The last festival at Newport Dunes, we had stand-up paddleboard yoga and goat yoga, in addition to acro yoga, nice. Talks and workshops, and the yoga classes themselves. Everyone gets gift bags with tons of goodies. So it's a really immersive, interactive experience that you get when you come to an OC Yoga Festival. You're not just going to show up and take a class, and I love, my favorite part of the festival is when I get to see people interacting and just having fun, just having a good time like we should be. That's been taken away from us recently, which I think people are going to appreciate even more. So the unique thing about our festival, I would say, is everything that you get and the experiences that you meet with the people that are unforgettable.
I love that. And I think it's a great opportunity. I want to roll the promo video so people can get a view of what has taken place in person, so you can understand the culture and the energy.
Oh, yeah, this is the last one at Newport Dunes we did in January. Yeah, and it's fun. It's on the water. It's outside. People are having a good time. If you've never taken, let's say, Kundalini class, or that with goat yoga, or Beyond Meat Burger, we always have music going. You can always try something new and know you're going to have a good time.
Absolutely. Wow. Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Yeah, and it's cool for all ages too. People bring their families, they bring friends. People drive out from Vegas and different states, and yoga is. That's it right there. People hugging and hanging out. We have sound off headphones that people do. Everyone's coming together, and that's what yoga means: community, yoke, union.
Love that. That's a really cool promo video. That's so cool. Yeah, and that's what I really want to invite anyone that's watching right now to experience is, there, in addition to yoga, there's music that's going to be happening, which leads me naturally in the question number 4. So how do you integrate music into your festivals and your events, and even possibly like personally in your life? Like, how is music important to you?
Yeah, absolutely. I actually started listening to a lot more, I would call it conscious music, but like Nako Medicine for the People, Trevor Hall, Modest Yahoo, Xavier Rudd, these musicians where you listen to their words and they have deep, deep meanings about healing our planet, about connecting with our self, our higher self, our inner child, doing shadow work, all these things that I wasn't familiar with before. So for me, music is a huge part of my everyday life. I listen to it when I wake up. I put on meditation, 432 hertz. When I go to bed, I put on binaural beats. During the day, I'm listening to different artists. As far as at the festival itself, we've had a couple musicians play, in the afternoon, like Hart Sawyer, she's a local musician, and a couple DJs. And we're going to start getting the yoga festival it's going to now be a yoga music festival in the future. We really want to start bringing in some big acts where people go, oh, Trevor Hall is playing at the OC Yoga Fest, and that's what's going to pull them in where they normally wouldn't go to a yoga festival. But yeah, music is a huge part of the festival itself, and especially this weekend, our first virtual festival with you in Himalaya. We've never done a virtual dance party festival, and we got our sponsor Coke Kombucha. We're making it a fun kombucha party, and everyone gets to dance at home and connect, and we're going to put different people on the screen, and you're going to be DJing live. So totally. Music really brings us together from tens of thousands of years ago. It's so instrumental in our soul, and I personally love deep house music. When I hear that beat and that bass, it's really like your heartbeat. It's got a soul. It makes you feel good. You know, when you're at a live event, you can feel that bass. You're like, oh, that feels good. You know, even if you're sad, you're not in a good mood. When that song comes on or that beat, you're like, or it reminds you of a certain memory you had when that song came on and you're with someone in an experience. So yeah, integrated music is a really cool part that we get to do, and we're looking forward to doing more.
Yeah, and as I see with music, here's the event for everyone. If you want to look at the schedule, the morning meditation, the yoga classes, and then there's workshops, there's talks, there's sound healing, which is what we're talking about, is raising the vibrations with sound and music. And then there's live music from 7 to 8. And then there's the live music and DJ kombucha party that will be taking place. And want to address some of the sponsors. I see them on the list there.
Yeah, Perfect Hydration is one of our core sponsors. They are a really, really solid pH balanced water. I drink it already, so it's great to have them on board as a sponsor. And I see a lot of people drink it. Coke Kombucha is a newer kombucha, and it's the only one I know of that still has the same amount of probiotics, but you don't have to refrigerate it. So you can have this kombucha and not have to worry about trying to keep it cold. Suja Juice, if you don't know, they're a cold pressed juice company. They have immunity shots. They have tons of great product they're giving us to give away. And then People's Choice is a really nice dispensary, like an Apple store almost, off the 55 freeway in Santa Ana, Orange County. And we had the idea, you know, since we're doing the virtual festival this weekend, everyone's going to be at home. Why not do a cannabis yoga class? So if you would like to partake in a 10-minute mantra, intention setting, cannabis experience where we all smoke together and kind of get grounded before we start the class, People's Choice is sponsoring that. And they're giving, you know, a couple $100 in gift cards away. So that's a cool part too, is right now, if you go to our Instagram that you're looking at, we're doing daily giveaways from our sponsors. And during the festival, after each class, we're going to be giving away gift cards, even like a year's supply of product from our sponsors dropped off to your house. There's so much that our brand partners are giving us to give away to people. It's really, really cool to see, because this is how we're connecting now, you know, through this virtual world that we live in until further notice.
Absolutely. Yeah, really, really amazing. The leadership that you have is to bring other brands that are, you know, raising the vibrations and conscious companies out there. So question number 5, which I think we're ramping up to this question. So when is your next event? What's going on? Tell us.
Yeah. So, you know, we had to postpone our spring festival. It's now going to be in fall, November 14th and 15th in Huntington Beach. You know, there's a lot building up to that festival, and because of coronavirus, we had to postpone. So everyone was like, hey, you know, can you still do something online? I'm sure, you know, you've seen a lot of people are on Zoom more than ever. And the team and I, you know, came together with, let's do a virtual festival via Zoom where we can all come together on a screen. And instead of just doing one yoga class and like, hey guys, you know, do a class, then leave, we made it the entire festival. So there's meditation, yoga, talks, workshops, music, gifts from our sponsors. It's pretty much the same thing as going to the festival. What's great is you buy a ticket for the weekend, this weekend, the virtual festival, OC Yoga Fest, you can pop in whenever you want and take a class or a workshop and listen to your live music dance party whenever you know, the schedule aligns for you over the weekend, which is really, really cool. Kind of the same concept that our in-person festival. You look at the schedule, say, I want to do this, this, and this. The new part is it's interactive. So while you're DJing, people can ask questions. While John Domingo is doing a talk on microdosing, people can ask questions and Q&A after and do a giveaway. You know, so it's very interactive. Just like we're going to be smoking cannabis for the first time and doing a cannabis yoga class at 4:20 on Saturday and Sunday and setting an intention. We've never been able to do that before. We can barely have CBD at our festivals. So it's really cool. And I'm interested, honestly, to see what classes and what talks and workshops are the most packed. We have people from all over the country joining. And that's the other thing. Not everyone can drive to Orange County, buy a ticket, get a hotel, and come out for our festivals. Well, now we have people across the country, in different countries even, joining this virtual festival. So imagine you're doing a meditation or a yoga in a room virtually on a Zoom call. there are yogis with the same intention from around the country, around the world, unifying, coming together for the cause to heal our mind, body, and soul, and to still have that connection with other humans. So yeah, super excited. It's our first virtual festival this weekend, and I'm sure we're gonna get a lot of great feedback, do surveys, internalize, and we're probably gonna keep something going every month. Might be a 1 day or a 2 day like this, but we're definitely gonna keep something ongoing. And we're gonna announce next week our Yoga in the Park is gonna be every Sunday in Newport Beach with ocean views. We've been working on that. We were doing yoga mimosas at Sea Legs and beer yoga, at Ballast Point, and goat yoga at Newport Dunes. Once things pick up down the road, we'll do more in-person stuff. But for right now, we're super excited for the virtual festival this weekend and seeing everyone on the screen, and even like with you DJing and people dancing and coming together. I think it's such a cool experience. And the biggest festivals in the world, like Insomniac, Pasquale, the visionary behind that, of EDC in Vegas, they just did their first virtual festivals with all the DJs from home. Yeah. Jack Johnson just did his own, festival. I forget the name of it, but from Hawaii, and he's zooming in Ziggy Marley and these other top artists.
That's awesome. Yeah, Himalaya. We were in Hawaii. We actually saw Jack Johnson at what was that place called? It was like the Beatbox. Yeah. And by the way, we have a comment coming in from Junpei. He's super high vibrational, creative soul himself, and he and I met at we met at some of the festivals that Himalaya and I have done, and then recently saw each other at a Daybreaker in February before, of course, the world pushed the big pause button that we're experiencing. But I think it's a great segue to bring Himalaya on. She is here, and as moments ago I was just showing your website, she is one of the presenters, and she is going to be doing the Embody Oracle card deck reading, and that will be on Saturday at 11:15. So here we go. Let's bring Himalaya on. How are you doing, Himalaya?
Hello. I'm good. How are you? Nice to see you both.
Good to see you. It's so funny.
So Justin, Himalaya would love to do a card reading for you.
I know, I've been shuffling as you guys have been talking.
That's awesome. I love it.
Shuffling away. Maybe Justin, you want to tell me when to stop shuffling?
Stop.
Okay. And then tell me when to choose.
There. Yep.
What does it say?
Number
it says unattached to stories, people. Unattached to stories.
That's so funny because I pulled 2 cards this morning, and it was surrender to the universe and let go of fear. And it's
okay. Wow, that's perfect.
Yeah, about unattachment and just surrendering and letting the universe do her thing and flow, and being in flow, because sometimes you get in your own way.
Yeah, it's so true. And offering a festival like this with so many workshops and ways to let go of our old selves, the wounded selves, the self-doubting parts of us, and all of that really doesn't serve us in being here present with the people in our lives. So unattached to stories, that's what that says to me, is like unattached to those old stories. Don't keep bringing them up. Don't keep living in them. Be in your greatest self, your greatest potential. So
yeah, absolutely. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, this is the deck. This is the Embody Oracle card deck, and I'll be doing a workshop on Saturday morning, Pacific Coast time, 11:15 a.m., I believe. Yes?
Yeah, definitely. I love the artwork on that too. I can't wait to...
It's so good. Oh my gosh. All of the cards are so amazing.
That is so cool. I know a lot of people are interested in decks and they want to know more. So it'd be cool to do a couple of readings live while you have your workshop with people from around, the world at the first virtual festival. That's so awesome.
Yeah, the best part is as a collective, that's what I feel like will be really powerful, is as a collective we'll get to choose, the messages for the moment. And I'll also answer any questions for those of you who are channels, like spiritual channels and teachers who want to make products of your own through your own spiritual gifts that, that are coming through you. I've created DVDs and stuff in the past, and this is a whole other game here. And then, you could write a book, or you could write an Oracle card deck book, whatever it is. But I would love to support you as you step into the world and lead and teach and all of that.
Yeah, that's so cool. Thank you. I love the artwork.
Yeah, it's great. So the artwork was done by Alexis Cohen, who is on the back here as well with me. Okay. And she's an incredible artist and leader and coach. And so I'm so grateful. She's a dear, dear sister. Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah, I can't.
They're all original. It's all original art for this particular deck.
That's so cool. Yeah,
I love the artwork behind you.
Thanks. That's cool.
Very good. Yeah, and then DTO and I get to.
Yeah, let's talk about the flyer here. Do you want to go, Himalaya?
Yeah, I was just going to say, DTO and I will be, DTO is going to be playing music, and I'm going to guide very lightly in the evening to get us out of our heads and into our bodies and shake off all of that we are not. And, the intention will be to return home to, actually, I want to say go forward into the you that has been waiting for you to really be in top, deep connection with yourself and the world. Come and join us for that 8 p.m. Pacific Coast time each evening, Saturday and Sunday. So that's fun.
Yeah.
DTO's music will take us there. It's so good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. We did an Instagram story with your music, and people like, oh, that's really cool music. So I'm excited for people to have a virtual party in their own home, especially if you have kids or you have friends over or whatever. Throw it up on the big screen, like up on your TV, and turn up the music. And it's going to be cool to see people dancing in their living rooms and hang out and having a good time collectively and interacting as well.
Yeah, we get to be with each other in this global, awesome way now. It's really awesome. I love it.
Yeah, it's perfect divine timing.
Yeah, cool.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us, Himalaya.
Yeah, you're welcome. Enjoy. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah,
cool.
So Himalaya will be there Saturday, 11:15. So if you got anything out of the card deck that Justin chose, you can get your reading, you can interact, you can ask questions, as Himalaya mentioned. And if you're curious right now more about the Embody Oracle card deck, you can go to embodyoracle.com to see more of the artwork and everything that she's creating. And so that is Saturday. And then, of course, the event that we'll be collaborating on is Saturday and Sunday, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Of course, it's a global event, so time zones are important to recognize. And then I would love to go through more of the people that are going to be featured at the event, Justin. So you have Cole, Sharat, you have other special musicians. It looks like there's going to be some surprises for people.
Yeah.
And then as I scroll down, we have Heidi Blackstock, we have Megan Rambo, we have Tamara, and then we have Heidi Blackstock as well. Looks like it's a family affair happening, the Blackstocks. And then we have the Cannabis Yoga class, special guest teacher. And then Jake McKee and Lisa will be there. And then we have John Jermaine Leto and then Jackie Steris. And then we have another special announcement. So I love how you have some of these surprise teachers that are going to be revealed. Or do you want to reveal them now on the live stream?
We have, because we have 22 classes, like presenters, there's 22 different people presenting. And then there's 2 musicians and then the live DJ set with yourself. So one person I'll reveal today is she's leading our Cannabis 420 class, is Tana Rene, and she is a phenomenal teacher at a local studio in Orange County, and she's very Rastafari. So she's actually, I didn't know this until an hour ago, she built a Sacred Sessions, an entire series connected to chakras and explaining how cannabis helps us access the energy plane within us through the plant medicine. And she told me, I'm like, oh my God, you're perfect for this. So if you've never smoked cannabis, and done yoga or meditation, this might be a great opportunity for you, and to learn how it works with the chakras in a group setting at, from your own home. Some people I've heard, they get too much anxiety when they smoke cannabis, or they don't know which kind to smoke or vape or eat or whatever. So we're going to kind of go over that. And, it is plant medicine. Cannabis is plant medicine, just like psilocybin, just like ayahuasca, just like San Pedro or anything else. So definitely
plant powered.
That's right.
Here we are in a field of sunflowers. It's a plant, plant kingdom, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then John Jermaine Lito, he'll be doing a talk about, he's a shaman, he's a great leader. He'll be talking about doing plant medicine and microdosing with psilocybin, and he does retreats in different countries. I've sat with him before and done plant medicine, and really to let people understand, like, what is plant medicine when you're digesting this, when you're connecting with your higher self, with your soul. There's a lot more to this than just doing, yoga, asana poses. It's really educational, breaking down the old paradigms and learning, about how do I go about, let's say, microdosing, and people are really interested in these things. Like Paul Stamets talks, I was at Envision Fest in Costa Rica. There's hundreds of people at this one guy's talk about mushrooms, psilocybin, so it's really cool. And then we have some of the best yoga teachers in Orange County leading 1 hour classes. Talks are 45 minutes. Then we have your 2 hour DJ dance party. And I'm honestly excited because we rented a yoga studio, our own studio in Orange County, Newport Beach. We're building a set tomorrow, actually. We're broadcasting live all weekend. We're going to have a host of giveaways. So you're not going to see people, teaching the yoga in the living room. We actually have a beautiful set designed to have like a fully immersive experience. So we hope people like it. So far, people seem excited on social media, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's such a cool opportunity in human history for us to, and I think when you and I were speaking a few days ago, normally when you're preparing for a festival, you would be running around doing all these things in person. You're dealing with like the porta potties and the this and that and the logistics and the cabling and the stages and the sound and the scheduling of all that sort. So it's a new paradigm, and I'm sure it's a stretch for you as an entrepreneur to be like, okay, I gotta now take that experience. And this is why I love to show that promo video, because how can you maintain the energy and the essence of your community, the culture that you've been creating, and take it online? And I already see the excitement, the enthusiasm. Been following everything that we're doing on social media, and I really recognize that now we get to experience the blossoming of what you're creating in the world, because there's no walls now, right? And even that's why you were doing on the beach in the first place. You didn't want walls. You just want people to come together. And so I want to honor you and acknowledge you for being a community leader that really recognizes the power of people coming together. And you also, like, being in the classroom of life, just like we all are, of going to all these other festivals to witness and recognize, like, what are the ingredients of how you can create something really unique and powerful for us to experience. So I appreciate that. And I'd love for you to have any closing words to share with anyone that may be on the fence about going right now, or maybe for the first time they're hearing about the OC Yoga Festival that's happening Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, definitely. I think if you're new to yoga, or if you enjoy yoga and you want to learn more about health and wellness and everything it has to offer from the comfort of your own home or anywhere you are, log on this weekend, check it out, meet a lot of cool people, maybe win some cool stuff, have some cool experiences. If you've never done a sound healing with Tibetan bowls and crystal bowls, if you've never done a certain yoga class or cannabis yoga, this is the time for you to come check it out. And you can use promo code DTO, and I'll give you $5 off. Tickets are only $25. So I'll make it $20 for the entire weekend. And I mean, a drop-in class at a studio is usually $20-25. So for $20 for unlimited classes for the whole weekend and a DJ dance party and prizes, it's a pretty good deal. So yeah, we're just excited to bring together community and see people from around the planet practicing together. That's what I'm most excited for, and why we're doing this, and putting this together. And we hope people enjoy it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, anyone out there that's watching, share this video. We'd love for you to pass those vibrations out there. And, it's all about making life enhancing choices, and for us to be able to spend the weekend with all of these offerings. And I'll put up the schedule one last time for everyone to have talks and workshops, yoga classes, sound healing, live music, morning meditation. And for you, Justin, I know that you and I have been able to really sync up on the power of a morning ritual. And for a meditation to be offered in your event and your festivals, I think is a reflection of your own personal integrity of what you have witnessed has been like a really extraordinary way, similar to what your podcast is titled, like the limitless possibilities of being able to activate yourself as a human being. So, and then of course we have the big grand finale each night, which will be Himalaya and myself leading everyone into a dance party, and for everyone to just let loose. You're in the privacy of your own home. Just enjoy the vibrations, and we're going to take you on a journey. As anyone out there knows about Joseph Campbell and the hero's journey, right? And so we get to embody that, and that's what Himalaya's work is all about, where she speaks specifically about empowerment, movement, breakthroughs, opportunities, dharma. And that's really what her teachings are all about. And coupled with my music and curated specifically for the OC Yoga Festival, I'm actually going to be launching a few songs that have yet to be launched. And I see Junpei, he's going to be passing this along and sharing it. So we appreciate you doing that. And anyone else out there that would like to support this, we appreciate you. So thanks again, Justin, for being here, for creating this. And again, here's the flyer for what Himalaya and I will be offering. So yeah, let's keep the vibes going and keep the flow flowing. That's what I say.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you so much. Yeah, and if anyone watching wants to check out what we're doing ongoing, we'll be doing this monthly, and then our in-person festival in November. You can check out ocyogafestival.com. We also launched Vegas Yoga Festival last year. It went great at a beautiful venue called Springs Preserve. So we're still planning on doing that in October again this year. And we'll have more information on our site and Instagram. So yeah, exciting stuff. Thank you so much for having me. This is great.
Totally. Thank you, Justin, for being here. Thank you, everyone, for watching, either now live or on the archive. And we look forward to seeing you at this amazing, extraordinary event. And again, if you want to save $5, just type in the code DTO for the ocyogafestival.com. Thanks again, Justin. Appreciate you.
All right. You too. Thanks.
All right. Take care. Peace.